Well, good afternoon and welcome back here as we get into your day. 79 degrees right now for La Crosse, getting into 74 for Eau Claire right now. Eau Claire may be having some thunderstorm activity across the area in the Chippewa Valley. We're also seeing other locations holding on to the upper 70s to the low 80s, but we should get up to those middle conditions later on today. 66 to 70, that's the normal temperature we should normally get around this time of year, with the 40s mostly widespread in the morning. We were in the 50s and the 60s this morning. We'll get into the 70s, upper 70s, and those lower 80s today. As you can see, 78 to at least about 85 degrees possible in the forecast. Now it's showing 84. We ticked down just a degree or two, holding on to, again, shower and storm activity in the forecast. You look up at Eau Claire, you've got a little light moisture up there, getting into maybe a thunderstorm or two, dry lightning, and that will turn into more like shower activity as we go right through the afternoon. You also see that bubbling up from the south eventually. It started up to the north and it's going to cater down to the south as we go all the way down to Prairie du Chien. You see a little bit of rainfall. Starts to pick up by Black River Falls going towards Eau Claire. That'll continue through the remainder of your evening commute. As you can see, even La Crosse has a light shower to a thunderstorm or two rumbling as we go through the overnight hours, or I should say the latter portion of your evening commute. Then the low itself starts to lift up again, taking everything up to the north and out of the region, and we should be done. Starting out, we've got the shower activity coming back again, 7 a.m. in the morning. Starts to get down there by Prairie du Chien. This is now severe weather potential in the forecast, where we have, again, damaging winds up to 50 miles per hour. We also have the potential for a tornado. You see it really start to pick up as we go right into the 2 o'clock hour to the 5 o'clock hour, where it strengthens. Then it lifts up to the north, coming back again as we go right into the latter portion of the afternoon and then into the evening commute. For Friday, that continues on with more showers and storm activity continuing all the way into the overnight as it lifts up again as it goes from I-90 all the way up to I-94 and continues to drag out of the region. We should be done by Saturday around, say, the 2 o'clock hour in the afternoon, but most of it is well up to the north, as you can see, out of the region. We'll get into it here. The rainfall today is about 1/4 of an inch or less. We take it into Thursday. We're looking at maybe an inch or less in the forecast. A lot of dryness out there by La Crosse, 1/10 of an inch or less, as you can see. We punch in Friday's temperatures for a 3-day total, and you're looking at about 1.5 inches or less. Once again, down to 1/10 of an inch or less for La Crosse. Eau Claire, around 1 inch or less in the forecast. High pressure was building, and now it starts to tack down to the south as we go into 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why? Because we've got an area of low pressure that's ushering more rainfall in, coming in from the west, and continues to drag into the forecast area. There it is right there, continuing on as we go right through the next day or two, going into Friday. Eventually that gets out of the way. Thursday's temperatures still continue to warm, upper 70s to around the widespread 80s in the forecast. We could get up to 88 degrees. The winds are going to be getting up. Look at that 50-mile-per-hour wind there, holding on to La Crosse, dropping down to 24 once you get into the evening hours, and then we'll go into the overnight. You'll see by the time we get into Friday, those winds come back with 20s, 22-mile-per-hour wind gusts, getting to at least 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts possibly in the forecast there, and then continuing on right into, you see Menominee at 40 by the noon hour, carrying all the way into the 4 o'clock hour. You're still seeing winds near 40 miles per hour plus in some cases, and now to the 8 o'clock hour, they continue to drop down a bit, down to at least 30 miles per hour going into the 10 o'clock hour. Over the next few days, my friends, you're holding on to the possibility of temperatures cooling down a bit as we go into the weekend, and then we'll see warmer temperatures back again gradually as we go into the latter portion of next week. But first, you've got to get through more storms to begin next week.
I may have tossed my jacket too far in the closet, Art. I got to get that back out.
Yes,